This is the Brazoria County Minute. And now the host of the Brazoria County Minute, Christen English.
Hello, I'm Christen English with eXp Realty, and I'm here today in the Be Remembered Studios in Lake Jackson, Texas, with our special guest today, Kasey Roman. She is the Director of Building and Code and Building Official for the city of Freeport. Did I say that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, I am a lifelong Brazoria County resident. I was born and raised in Sweeney, and I have lived and worked in the area for my whole life. I lived in Sweeney till the day I married my husband, and we've been in Lake Jackson ever since.
Okay.
Which is almost 30 years.
Okay, so you live there now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, we live here in Lake Jackson, and I work in Freeport.
Okay, great. So how long have you been with the city of Freeport?
I've only been with Freeport about a year and a half.
Okay.
I'm pretty new to the journey, but it's been an exciting one for sure.
Okay, so what kind of brought you that way? What drew you to Freeport?
Honestly, it was kind of a God thing. I worked originally in the city of Lake Jackson for 17 years.
Okay.
And then I went to the city of Alvin for a little over 7. And wonderful jobs, wonderful mentors, and I learned a lot. But when I was there, I remember saying a very fervent prayer. It's like, Lord, is this where you want me to be? Is this where I need to retire from? I mean, it was a great job, but I had gotten kind of complacent.
Yeah.
It was very routine, same thing every day. And I was kind of at a crossroads in my life. Do I stay? Do I go?
Mm-hmm.
And it was not ironic. It was definitely a God thing. The very next morning, I got a phone call from someone that lives down here that I knew. And he said, well, congratulations. I heard you were going to be Freeport's next building official.
Oh, wow.
And I laughed at him. I said, are you kidding me? And he said, no, I'm sorry. I really did. I heard you were going. I said, I didn't even know that.
So he heard the rumor before you did.
He did. And I didn't even know they were hiring. I hadn't even applied. And I laughed. But, they say that he planted that mustard seed.
Yeah.
And I started looking into it, and I thought, okay, the timing. I just said this prayer, and is this my answer?
Definitely makes you stop and think for a second.
It did. And I'm local. I knew all the stories about Freeport, but when I started doing my own research, I spoke to people who worked there. I started looking into it myself. I don't make life changes lightly.
Yeah.
This is only my 3rd job in 26 years.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I was surprised what I found out in a really good way.
Mm-hmm.
I had heard all the drama, but then I found out that they went from outside the area and they brought in a really good Christian ethical city manager, and that he had basically come in and cleaned house. The directors that I work with, 90% of them are brand new. I think
wow.
the one that's been there the longest is like 3.5 years, I think now, maybe 4.
Okay.
Everybody else has been there a year or 2. I mean, it's an entirely new team.
That's definitely some new blood.
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're some of the best in their field. They really, really, we all work well together. And then even, the rest of the staff inside City Hall is brand new. I think 80% of the staff is brand new.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, and it makes for an awesome, my staff, in fact, my team is amazing, and I think the person that's been there the longest is 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're all old school, hard work ethic. I mean, they really care about the citizens. I mean, the more I looked into Freeport, the more excited I got. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
really so much potential there.
Yes, they were working to clean it up, and they had all these goals, and I thought, I'm young enough. I've got one more good challenge left in me.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of this. I want to watch it grow. And so I applied, and God let me get here. So,
okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So what are some of your goals for the city of Freeport as in this position that you're in?
Well, I tell you what, I just want Freeport to be the best Freeport that it can be. And I tell you what, it has so much potential.
Definitely.
That's what excites me. I've worked in Lake Jackson, and I tell you, that's part of the excitement. 26 years ago when I started out in city government, this is what Lake Jackson looked like. We had an old rec center. They didn't have the civic center. They didn't have the museum. Everybody had moved out to the mall, so the downtown was all boarded up, and nobody was going there. And slowly over time, with good management and hard work, Lake Jackson has become what it is.
Right.
And when I drove around Freeport, I actually called my old mentor, Matt Houston, and I told him, this reminds me of what Lake Jackson used to look like. And Freeport has more potential than Lake Jackson. I mean, we've got waterfront property right through the middle of town.
Yes.
I mean, these beautiful, river views. Plus, you've got the beachfront properties and the beach views, and the
beach is just right down the road.
I mean, literally. And then we have miles of beachfront inside of our jurisdiction. And then we've also got this charming little downtown area that kind of reminds me of the Strand.
I'm just itching to see that revitalized.
Oh my! I had forgotten that it was there. I did. Nobody ever goes to that side of town, and it reminds me of the Strand and Galveston, and we have all of that in Freeport.
Yes, I see that too.
And, they've been slowly cleaning up. We have facilitated the demolition of over 40 dangerous buildings just in the past year and a half.
Yeah, one just right down the street from me, actually.
And it's made such a huge impact. And the cool thing is watching the impact it has on our citizens, because as one dangerous structure is torn down, then all of a sudden the neighbors start painting their houses and cleaning up. And there's some areas that I drove through when I first, came for my interview that I don't recognize anymore. And they're beautiful. They're charming and clean, and people are taking such pride in it. And that's the cool thing to see, is the domino effect that it's having.
Yes, it inspires others around to, want to do the same thing for their own properties. And, I think as people see good things happening, they'll want to come be a part of it.
Oh, you would not believe. We are so busy.
Yeah, and I think that's great. I mean, I bought a historic home there year before last, and moved there last year. And
so you live in Freeport?
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's just, I've really enjoyed all the really amenities that are there now. I mean, it's got a really nice little rec center. I love going for walks and runs out on the levee, and the river's really pretty. And I love hearing seagulls outside in the morning. And
I love that.
I just drive around and see so much potential. And it's a great town with a lot of really nice people.
We do, and everyone is so helpful to each other. We had a situation this week where it was a couple, and contractor walked off on their job. And I've had so many people come in and call, how can we help them? What can we do for them?
That's wonderful.
They really pull together as a community, and that is so heartwarming, because you lose that in the bigger cities. And Freeport is small enough to have that wonderful small town home feel, like your family.
Yeah.
I mean, our staff, we often call each other our work family, because we spend more time with each other than we do at home.
Yeah.
And right now, we're booming so much. I think people are really starting to see the potential that Freeport has, and they're coming.
Yeah.
With the Volkswagen and the Porsche, facility. It's over 5,000 car facility.
Yes, I've heard about this coming.
Incredible. It's here. They've broken ground. It's off Highway 36. It's amazing. 125 acres, 5,000 car facility, and it's bringing in a lot of jobs. And then, of course, Starbucks. And
yes.
And we're getting Taco Bell, and we have the new hotel, and then this awesome little distillery, and there's a lot of mom and pop places that have opened up. And I mean, it's another domino effect in a great way. People have started investing in business. And I tell you what, the best part is our EDC has been incredible. I've worked in other cities, and this is the first city where the city gives grants to their businesses to improve their businesses.
Oh, wow, that's great.
And they're matching grants. So anything like for parking lots and landscaping and lighting and signs, anything to help improve your business. They even do things above and beyond that. And all the businesses owners in Freeport have to do is go apply.
Oh, that's wonderful. There's some really great small businesses in Freeport that I enjoy visiting on a regular basis. So some really good restaurants and things like that.
They are not good for my diet, but they are
I know.
wonderful.
I know. I have to limit myself.
Yes.
So you talked a little bit about, you said the Volkswagen. Is it a plant, or what exactly is it again?
So there's two large warehouses.
Okay.
And what they actually do is the cars come in off the port
and
are delivered, and then they're modified for the dealerships. So if someone wants it painted a different color, if they want pinstriping, if they want radios or customized different seats, they are brought in and then they're customized on site. And then they're shipped out to the dealerships that have ordered them. So there's a lot of modifications. It's two very large warehouses and then the storage facility for the rest.
That's great. So other than that, are there any other things that you can share with us that are, exciting that might be coming our way? Or
Well, I always say nothing's official till the building permit is paid for.
Yes.
But there's so much that's going on right now. Even our high school, has gone, if you've driven by, they are going through I've lost track of the count of remodeling and the new buildings, and they're doing, I think it's a $40 million project. It has just been fabulous. They've been redoing the field house. They've been redoing the school. There's a continuing education center that they're doing there to help the kids learn new trades in the school. It's going to be fabulous. So it's expanding our children and our education.
Yeah, that's great.
And then there's some remodeling that's going to happen with City Hall. There's a lot going on in the city itself. I mean, and likewise, the city council has been discussing a lot of different possibilities, which are all exciting. They talked about the possibility of a new rec center. They've talked about the possibility of a new golf course, clubhouse for there. Just in the city, there's so much going on. And then, like I said, outside the city, there's so many different businesses that are coming in. Starbucks should be opening in the next few months. Taco Bell is about to break ground. They've already got their permits. Let's see, we've got Truly Blessed, which is a new barbershop. And it's so cool to see these new first-time business owners come in with, dreams and make them a reality. And we're able to help them do that in Freeport.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them. There's a new nutrition place. There's so many. I've seen plans. There is a mini storage facility that is coming in. There's another shopping center, a small one with a grocery store and some stores combined.
Awesome.
I've seen so many. And I always say, the meetings that go on in my office, if 1/10 of them come to fruition, Freeport is on the edge of one of the biggest booms they've ever seen.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I get so excited and I walk out and I just want to high five my staff. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I hope that one really happens.
That's so exciting.
And it's awesome because a lot of it is happening.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when Starbucks was a dream and when they brought in the plans, it's like, that there are certain businesses in this world that when they come, people follow.
Yes.
They know the traffic
It kind of shows like, okay, we're getting somewhere.
Yes. And right where Starbucks is, immediately you saw people snatching up all the properties around it.
Wow.
And so I can't wait to see Freeport in about 5 years.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
That's why I wanted to come here. I wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah. So as a real estate agent, the past couple of years, people would ask me, where should I invest? And I would tell them Freeport. Of course, a lot of people thought I was joking. I'm like, I'm serious. And I put my money where my mouth is, and I've done the same thing. And
Yes.
I don't regret it. And I'm just kind of waiting and, watching and excited to see what's going to happen.
And it's happening now, just in the year and a half that I've been there. Being in real estate, the prices have already been climbing. The property values have been going up. Everything is improving. I mean, like I said, with the dangerous
Lots
structures.
of new builds, new homes being built.
We have some great builders. In fact, there's several smaller builders that have been coming up and buying the small lots and doing infill. And we also have a lot of interest from larger developers and builders that come in and have meetings with the city. I can't wait to see what happens with those.
Yeah, that's great.
Because we have a lot of available land. That's a struggle I know that cities around us have. They're running out of land. They're landlocked. And Freeport has acres and acres of land that's still developable. And we have such a huge ETJ, and our city limits is very large. There's plenty of room to come and build.
Okay, well, great.
We'd love to have you.
Thank you so much for joining me today and just sharing your love and excitement about the city of Freeport. And thank you for what you're doing there.
Thank you.
And I just want to encourage you to keep going and keep doing it and sticking around for it over there.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
The Brazoria County Minute is brought to you by BeRemembered.us. Tell your story. Be remembered.